Yo, what's good? It's your man 100 Grand Ross with The Rock Never Stops. Today I want to talk about the Detroit Pistons and their future for the rest of this season. Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey are at the center of that. And so is head coach Monty Williams. I want to dive into that in this video. If you enjoy it, you know what to do. Smash the like button for me. Hit subscribe and the bell for notifications. Look, let me just start off by saying I was wrong. And I think I've said it before. I understand the ethos, the thinking behind bringing Jaden Ivey off the bench. I completely do. And he needed to be starting from the very beginning. And that's what I want to dive into. Is that Jaden Ivey and Cade Cunningham are at the center of the focus for the remainder of this season. We need to see, can they build chemistry? Can they build chemistry? Considering they spent about the first quarter of the season not getting a lot of minutes together, and then they spent the first half of the season, taking turns to see who can turn the ball over the most. But now they seem to be finding, I'm not going to say a groove, but they're finally shoring up some of those young guy, rookie-level mistakes. Dribbling the ball off their foot. They do that a little bit still, but, not as bad and not as much, right? They've had a few games in a row of 0 to 1 or 2 turnovers, each of them. And that's a huge marked difference from seeing them turn the ball over 5, 6 plus times, each of them. Huge difference. So now we get to the basketball. And what we need to see is these two begin to learn how to play off of one another. And this is why, inevitably, we have to say he should have been playing from the beginning of the season. Because these things take time, right? Sometimes it fits overnight like LeBron and AD, right? It's just match made in heaven, right? John Stockton and Malone, right? Jordan and Pippen. They just figured out, they just mesh their personalities, their skills, it just all falls into place. And then other times it's something that you got to massage. It's something that you're going to have to figure out. It's something that you're going to have to slowly and methodically piece together, sew together. And this is what head coach Monty Williams is going to have to work with. Now, I think the All-Star break presents an amazing opportunity for these teams because they're going to get in extra practice sessions. They're going to get extra rest. They're going to get film study. They're going to have a very clear outlook for what they want to do this last third of the season. And as a result, generally, this is when these teams start to play at their best. You begin to see them execute at a higher level. You begin to see them perform and show a level of consistency at a higher level. And I think that as we see that from Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey, it's going to look real sweet. It's going to look really nice. But here's the thing. These two are going to have to get together and figure it out. Yes, a coach can put you in the right place. A coach can draw up plays. A coach can go ahead and say, hey, we want to make sure that we run this play at this time and this guy's going to get in. This is what we're going to do on and off the ball. But at the end of the day, invariably, it takes two individuals with their own distinct personalities, their own distinct ways of playing, which these two couldn't be more different. One is an extreme athlete. The other one is a cerebral, methodical rhythm player. One of them is like a bolt of lightning. The other one is just like a drifting cloud that just makes its way across the savannah, makes its way across the field, and you don't even notice it. Cade Cunningham can drop 25, 7, and 7, and you would think he only had 15 points. Because he just scores that methodically. Gets to his spots, gets to the rim, gets to his floater and pull-up game, knocks down some open threes, and next thing you know, bam, 20-plus points. Jaden Ivey is flying down the court for windmills. He's driving like a bat out of hell from the three-point line to get to the rim, getting to the free throw line. And he's even added in a little Marcus Sasser floater. And it looks great. It's dynamic. And here's the thing. To put those things together, well, it's going to take time. And now that they're not turning the ball over constantly, I think it's going to give them a greater opportunity to be able to get more possessions together where they don't have to be in their heads worried about turning the ball over. Hopefully they can sustain that aspect of this game. Now, I love Simone Fontecchio in that starting lineup because his floor space, I'm going to be honest, he's an even better shooter than Bojan Bogdanovic. Can he do the stuff, step back off the dribble? I don't know if he has that in his game. But does he have the ability to come off screens, run around the court, and be more in movement? Hell yes. And it looks great. But here's the thing. Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey are going to have to figure out how to use him. They're going to have to figure out how to use Asar Thompson and his ability to hit the offensive glass and dive in from the opposite wing when they drive to the basket for dump-offs, and how they can use him getting out in transition and looking ahead, right? These are things that they're going to have to figure out. Posting up Jalen Duren, running pick and rolls with him. It's not just those two. It's those two being central focuses of the offense. Being offensive hubs, looking to not just create pressure on the defense, but also get their teammates involved so that the offense can run smoothly, so that they can maximize the talent that they have on the floor. And this is where head coach Monty Williams comes in. He's got to create a system, a style of play, an identity for this team. By the end of this season, we need to know what this team is about culturally. Are they going to be the defensive team that we saw early in the season? Are they going to be the team that's trying to shoot as many threes as possible, like we saw for about a solid third of the season, where they just kind of said, hey, defense, we'll do our best, but we're really here to try to score. And then this last quarter of the season, it's been kind of a mosh posh of all of it. You had guys who were trying to play Bojan Bogdanovic and Alec Burks, and they were getting traded. And then next thing you know, you got these other guys being put into the starting lineup. Isaiah Stewart, he's injured, right? All this transition. And so it's been kind of transitionally ugly. But they figured out how to win ugly. Kudos to them. But Monty Williams, you're going to have to figure out how to create some consistency coming from you as the head of the coaching staff. What can they expect from you? What are you going to hold them accountable to? Right? What are you going to say, hey, if you're not doing these things, you're not playing? Right? Everything else is schemes and strategies and X's and O's, and we're going to learn that with time. We're a young team, but you're going to have to defend at a certain level, or you're going to have to give me effort and intensity at a certain level, Jalen Duren. You're going to have to do some specific things consistently, because this is what we want to be about. The other part of that is, what is the system going to be? Are you going to be a pick and roll heavy team? Are you going to be a team that is looking to ISO? Right? Are you going to be Boston Celtics, Los Angeles Clippers ISO game, penetrate and kick? Are you going to be the pick and roll like the Cleveland Cavaliers? Are you going to be kind of a system where guys are constantly in movement? Because I think Asar Thompson and Simone Fontecchio, and I think a lot of these guys actually on this team do well in movement. What is going to be your offensive system? What can we expect to see from this team? And these are questions that need to be answered coming out of this All-Star break. Give us a direction. Let's see if this team can achieve it. Now, as always, you all know what I'm going to say. Holla at me in the comment section. I want to know what you all think. Like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and I'm out.